What I'm about to showcase to you guys is how I've been able to send out over 630,000 cold emails every single month for my agency, entirely automated and free of charge. All right, ladies and gents, so now we are in Loom and I'm gonna go ahead and showcase you guys how I'm actually able to achieve such results. There is a couple things that make your life also a lot easier. What I do use is I do use ChatGPT, and I also do use something that tracks my emails. Now bear in mind, you don't need to use Go High Level's email software to send out emails, because if you want to send out even 500,000 emails, that's going to cost you over $12,000 to send out. Also, in addition, verifying those emails is going to cost you even more. So I don't use any of those. You don't need any other CRM software or automation software to send out cold emails. This is exactly what you need. It's only a few things. First things first is I use Apollo. I use Apollo.io to actually get up and running. And I don't even use their most expensive plan because I also have other leads as well. Now, we're on Apollo, which is one of the softwares that you will need, of course. Now, you can use any software of your choice, but I personally like using Apollo.io. Now, if you want to replicate exactly how I do it, you're going to need a couple things. Now, yes, you can go onto Google and you can scrape leads like that, and you can get free scraping softwares, and you can send out 630,000 cold emails every single month. But the issue that you're going to have is you may have very inconsistent quality leads, and also on top of that, the thing that's also going to be annoying to you is you're going to have to sit there for hours upon hours to scrape all these leads. So what I have here is I use Apollo. The reason why I use Apollo is because I use D7 Lead Finder, I have used just scraping softwares, and I have also used LeadRocks, and I think personally the best one out of all of them to get the best leads, also to get the best emails, the best phone numbers. Overall, Apollo.io is the best software for me to find all the information in one, get the best quality clients, and also turn those clients into actual paying one. Nonetheless, I love using Apollo just because the UI is very easy, and also on top of that, it has the best leads quality, the best emails, and the best phone numbers. Usually it is very hard for you to find an email on Apollo.io that is verified and ended up being unverified, or you weren't able to send it. It gives you a ton of information about the prospect, and it makes your life 10 times easier because they also have built-in automations. Now, as you can see, I have the $59 a month plan. Now, the reason why I have the $59 a month plan is because I also have a ton of emails that I've previously scraped. As you guys can see over here, this is my Go High Level account where I have over 88,000 leads. Now, these leads are actual paying leads. These are leads that either we've gotten from cold emails who were interested and the conversation fell short. These are people who have opted in on my LinkedIn posts, who have opted on my Facebook ads, on my Google ads. People who were interested in some way are in here, and also a good portion of them also are just cold outreach that I've reached out to before, and they've opened up the email or they've clicked on the link. So these are people who have actually showed a little bit of interest into the company. With that being said, the first thing you need is a software to either get the leads from completely for free, or you can get a paid trial. Now, free works completely fine. I was actually previously using the free trial, and it would take me, a large portion of time to send out to scrape those leads, but in the end, I got them. Now, another way a lot of you guys can do it is, especially if you're starting off your agency journey and you want to save some costs, you can go onto Fiverr and reach out to all the people. Actually, I'm going to showcase you guys an example. So for those people out there saying, oh, well, I don't have the funds for it, or I don't have something to, scrape leads, that's completely fine. What you can do right here is you can go and you can search up lead scraper on Fiverr, for example, and you can see all these people who scrape leads. So it just goes on for a long period of time. You have over 5 pages of people. What you can do to these people is you can send them a message that basically says, hey, I want to see how good quality your leads are. Can you send me a test quality of leads? Now, these test quality of leads usually range between 5 leads to sometimes even 50 leads. And they will send you a test sample of leads so you can see their lead quality and if they're actually verified emails, phone numbers. Now, this is something I actually previously did back then whenever I was just starting off my agency journey around 2 years ago. I used to go here every single day. Any new person, I would send them an email saying, hey, I'm looking for a person to scrape leads for me. Can you send me a test quantity of leads so I can verify the quality of leads and I can see if you're actually worth me moving forward with you and kind of purchasing leads from you entirely. So what happened is, in the end of it, I ended up having over 17,000 leads that I got from these people. Now, I did this for over a week and it ended up being pretty well. And I also did it on Upwork as well. So I would just go and search up lead, And then I would go and do the same thing on Upwork. So on Upwork, I would just search up lead scraper, and over here you have even more people who are willing to scrape leads for you. And it goes on. You can't basically say that you don't have the funds for it because it's entirely for free. Now, granted, you don't have to send out 630,000 emails. That's just what I do every single month. You can send out 5,000, 10,000, okay? Now, with that being said, the second thing that you do need is you need, of course, Gmail, a Gmail account. Now, I use, as you guys can see right over here, I use the Google Workspace Business Standard Plan, right? It's $14.40 per month, and you can send out 3,000 emails per email account. Now, I have only 7, but as you can see over here, you can have over 300 Gmail accounts. There's no limit, but I wouldn't recommend passing over 300. But basically, you can send out 27 million emails every single month entirely for free if you just have 300 Google Gmail accounts. Now, yeah, it of course does take a little bit. And in 2 months, you're gonna hit every single person that has an online e-com store. You need a software to scrape leads, or you can go on Upwork and Fiverr and Bark and get all those for free. The second thing you need is you need a Google Workspace account. Now, you can use a regular Gmail account. I'm actually gonna search up how many emails you can send out with a regular Gmail account. Now, with a regular Gmail account, you can send up to 500 emails in a 24-hour period. So realistically, you can also get a shit ton of emails like that and just send them out, and also just change the names and everything like that if you want to go on a free trial. But it's just going to be a little bit more inconvenient. Getting this $14.40 per month plan gets you the ability to send over 3,000 emails per day, meaning you can send out over 630,000 emails on just 7 accounts, which is what I do. From there, here is my recommendation. Now, a lot of people who are starting off in their agency journey don't realize how important tracking softwares are whenever you're sending out emails to clients to see whether they opened it, if they are reopening it, if they clicked on the links, and much more. So here is one of the most important softwares out there. Now, I don't usually back a lot of softwares, but I think this is the best software out there entirely. Now, there is the free plan as well. As you guys can see, I'm giving you guys both the free and the paid version of it. So you can do the same thing for free. The free version of it, you will get reports on when people open the email, how many times they open the email, Google Workspace Business Standard Plan, which is $14.40 per month. And also you went ahead and purchased the $9.99 per month pricing plan for Mail Suite. That puts you at $24.39. Now, if you want to use the free way, of course you can. It costs nothing for you entirely. What you do is you get a bunch of leads, and as you guys can see here, this is the exact email that I created on ChatGPT. Now, we're going to use ChatGPT for this just because it makes our lives much easier. So I basically sent a list of leads to ChatGPT, and I basically said, can you do all 200 leads, of giving them a structured, personalized email to make sure that not only the email that I'm sending out is something personalized, but also it's something that only the person who I'm reaching out to, whether it's a CEO, the founder, or the person with the highest authority seniority, will know because it's a personal touch. An example of that would be, let's say if you're reaching out to Elon Musk. A lot of these ChatGPT bots that people have that they train will just write a really good email on how Elon Musk has scaled Tesla and a really good email on how Elon Musk has scaled SpaceX. Now, this bot that I've trained in specific goes even before that. It goes and gives a whole background of Elon's school. It goes and gives a whole background of his struggles with PayPal, how he sold PayPal, how he did all these things, how he purchased the X domain, and all of that. It goes years behind, and it's only something that the actual founder, the CEO, person with the highest authority will actually understand, and that's why I get such a high open and response rate for these emails that I send out. So make it personalized. Don't do a basic script that people will just say, oh, you know, it's just another person. As you guys can see, I can scroll for a long period of time. Okay, I've done this, I've tried so many approaches, and these are all the testing that came from it. Now, here is what you do. You basically go ahead and download the leads list, and you send it over to ChatGPT. So it says first name, last name, title, company, company name, email, verified status, all that. You don't really need all that. All you need is the first name, last name, the title, the company, and the email. And from there, you're all set, you're good to go. Before you even send out this leads list, you're gonna go ahead and train the bot. Here's a good email example that you guys should be using because it goes so into depth. Now, it says, hi Doug, I recently came across Adam Limbs and I was truly inspired by a mission to revolutionize human augmentation through advanced prosthetics. Your background as you guys can see in this email that I have over here as a sample email, and I worked upon that, was it talks about his background as a co-founder, chief design officer, combined with his extensive experience in research. When you really didn't, you just let ChatGPT go into it, you just gave it the correct prompt. Now, when you go into this depth, even if somebody has outreach to you before and they go into serious depth about your background, you're going to really appreciate the fact that they went into that much detail. That's my main goal here. I keep it short, I keep it straight to the point, and I make sure that this link right over here goes straight to my website. And then this link right over here goes straight to a 15-minute booking a call meeting on Calendly. And then over here, CEO, Alan Akopyan, whatever it is, PS. Now, this is a great example of an email that you guys should be using. Now, I know people like doing it different ways and all these things, but this, remember, is the first email. You're going to be sending out multiple other follow-up emails. So the first email, just get information across and really just say who you are and why you're there. Okay? I don't think somebody wants to sit through there and go through this super complicated email of like, well, you know, the average person spends 10,000. Like, just get your point across, get everything across, and then after, from the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth email, then you'll basically say everything you need to say. But this first one is important to get the information across so that you can actually grasp their attention. Because if you can grasp their attention by showcasing you did your research, then from there, they will view every other email that you send out to them. Now, from there, what you do is you still work on these examples and you basically make sure, of course, as you can see over here, can you do it with all 200? It says I have 196 and I go into them and you basically just get the CSV file right over here. You can basically see right over here. These are for 50 people. Now you can tell it to do it for thousands of people. It just may take a little bit of time. Now I tell it to do 10,000 at once. Now, the reason why I tell it to do 10,000 at once is because usually when you go over 10,000, you see very inconsistent emails. And also at the same time, it does take a little bit of time. So I will sit there and I will do 15, 20 tabs of the same ChatGPT bot entirely. And then from there, I will send them the leads list. And it does take usually 3 or 4 hours for that to be entirely completed. See, first name, last name, title, company, email, subject line right over here. And then also on top of that, you can see that it has the full email. So all you have to do is just copy and paste this email. Yes, there may be little minor inconveniences where you remove those two, but ChatGPT and it'll completely change it entirely for you so that all you need to do is copy and paste. Now, there's the other one as well where you could just copy and paste it entirely like this and get it across. And then once you create a campaign, you send it across, of course, as you can see the email tracking report. So you can see the activity behind it. So last opened emails, you can see unopened emails, you can see all emails, right, in its entirety, and you can see the opens, the clicks. Now here is also another good thing about it. They also have templates over here that you can add that makes your life 10 times easier. So with these templates, you can do subject line is, you know, this specific thing or that specific thing, and you can add the person's name to it, so that in the future, you don't have to go ahead and manually input all the person's information. There's e-signature, there's documents, there's Gmail attachments, there's contacts. So you can basically have this as your entire CRM system for $9.99 per month. Now, with that being said, if you go on to click reports, you can see how many times they clicked. So clicked once, clicked twice. And then if you go into more detail and you click on the person's thing, you can go ahead and go to the link URL of which one they clicked. They clicked on this one. Then also you can download more information about them of exactly what time it got sent out, the activity, and of course, as you go more into detail and you mess around with this, you can see the full breakdown of this entire thing. This one was pretty decent open rate. This was a 52% open rate. So I'm going to showcase it to you guys. It also shows you which emails bounce as well, which is really good, and which ones are opened. As you guys can see right over here, you see what time they opened it, and then so April 23rd, they opened it. April 15th, opened. That's how I'm able to send out over 630,000 emails every single month entirely for free, completely automated. Now, yes, I do have the softwares that make it easier for me, but in the end, I'm sending out 21,000 emails every single day, but it cost me $2.77 because of Apollo, which is $59 a month, because of the Google Standard Workspace, which costs $14.40 a month, and also Mailsuite, which costs $9.90 per month. So in the end, you're just above $80 every single month to send out over 630,000 emails entirely. That's not even one client. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope this is beneficial for you and how you guys are able to get out over 630,000 emails every single month. Now, of course, as you know, you can do as you please. If you want to send out over 1 million emails every single month, go ahead, be my guest, but that will be a little bit of a mission. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and you know, I hope you guys can use this for your own. And yeah, that is that. So I'll see you guys.